Ladies and gentlemen, grab your pencils, grab your paints, collect anything in your home that could be considered art supplies. It's time for Art Smackdown, the game show that makes art the cutthroat competition it should be. This week's contestants are the reigning best artist in the world, Maida Gary, last week's audience champion, Kirsten Sims, and contender, Aubrey Vora, with celebrity guest judge Joe Zimmerman. And here are your hosts, Micah Sherman and Ethan T. Berlin.
Hey, everybody! All right, let's have an art party.
Yeah, man, what was that other party? It's done. Art party now.
Yeah, Hey, will you come to art party? Your
I
party?
love art
No,
party,
art
yeah.
party.
Oh, arts party?
Yeah. Weekend at art party.
That movie.
Weekend at art parties. Hi, art party. Attorney at law. Oh man, I think I hurt myself.
Yeah, you're right. I think I heard you tear something on that
Oh
one.
man, my Achilles heel. Oh, is comedy. So, Mark, Ethan, how the heck are you? Been a little while.
It's been, it's been a couple weeks for me. I know you guys saw each other last week. I was jealous.
What were you jealous of specifically?
Yep, mostly.
That you guys got to share life and stories. You got to go to arts party.
What were you doing?
I was hanging out with my in-laws in Cape Cod.
Oh, that's why you were jealous.
Big time.
I'm already enjoying the chat. Silent Squeeze said fart party, which I am completely 100% for. So
100%.
I vote yay. And Haldog, MVP Haldog, yells Ethanators E, which I'm really into.
I'll definitely
That's staying.
Well, welcome everybody to Art Smackdown. This is a game show like Nailed It on Netflix, but instead of fancy desserts, we make fancy art. So, Ethan, how do we play?
Hey, Micah. I'm gonna fucking tell you, dude.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
You're gonna get told. 3 artists. They enter the stream.
Mhm.
We give them a challenge.
Mhm.
They challenge it up. They got 20 minutes to complete it. Halfway through, they feel confident. They feel like, oh, I finally got over that artistic block. Oh, Mr. Jeffries was wrong. I am a good artist. And then we spin the wheel of compromises. Whatever it lands on, they must use that to compromise their vision. And then, Joe Zimmerman will figure out who the best artist in the world is.
And also, you as an audience member have a chance to be on the next Art Smackdown show. Just grab your art supplies, literally anything you have around the house right now. Could be pencil, paper, could be glue, could be motor oil, and just take the challenges. That works.
Okay.
Yep, just take it apart and make something else, or incorporate it into the art that you're creating. And then take a picture of your art and email it to fartsmackdown@gmail.com. And that's fartsmackdown with an F because Art Smackdown was already taken. And create this first art challenge, and we might just share it on tonight's show. So we have a self-expression challenge for the artists to express themselves. They have 30 seconds to... Everybody ready? Everybody at home ready? Ethan and Mark, are you ready?
I'm ready. I went offline, but I'm back online.
Mr. Jeffries could suck a dick.
Yeah,
Nice.
thank you.
The challenge is show how you got that one scar. Show how you got that one scar. Go. Ethan, how'd you get that one scar?
Trying to impress a girl on a date when I lived in LA. She was a rock climber, and I was like, I could climb a rock. And then I still have a 3 to 4 inch gouge on my shin.
I also have a shin scar because Four Loko told me that I could jump over a fence.
Oh yeah.
What?
You know they
Yeah.
changed the bottles now. They took that slogan off.
Jump over a fence?
Yeah, they got rid of it.
Wait.
Too many people trying to jump over that fence.
Did you try to do it in one leap? How high was the fence?
It was the fence that separates the sidewalk from the street near Penn Station.
Oh wow, that's high.
Yeah, it was pretty high. I don't think it's there anymore, actually. Probably because
I
too many
remember that.
people drank Four Loko and tried to jump over it
That's fair.
Where's your scar?
on my shin.
Oh, whoa.
I got up pretty high.
And time's up.
Whoa.
All right, everybody. So go ahead and email that pic of your art to fartsmackdown@gmail.com. All right. So, Ethan,
Yeah.
Mark, what do you say we meet our contestants?
Sounds great to me.
All right. Well, back in action for a second time. This might be the first time that we've had somebody back who didn't earn her way back on the show.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Yeah. Her dad gave a bunch of money to the college, and now we gotta let her back on.
Now we got
Her dad's Mr. Smackdown.
who the show is named after.
Mhm.
Let's meet Aubrey Vora, this week's challenger. Aubrey, how do you do?
I do pretty well. Happy to be back.
I'm glad to have you back.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I lost pretty hard last week.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, there's not a score. You probably just lost like the other person.
Well, there is a score, Ethan, and she lost by a lot.
I
Oh.
left feeling like a winner, and now I know why.
Well, welcome back. And why don't you show us how you got that scar?
Okay, so what actually came to mind is a fresh one, this little scrape here that I got. I just built a new outdoor enclosure for my turtle, Darwin. And in trying to reach over the protective fencing that I put in so they could have more of a view, I have scrapes all over my arms. Try and get the teeny tiny turtle out there.
So protective fencing, fill me in here. Where does one buy protective fencing? Is this specifically for turtles?
No, it's like used for rabbits and other small animals. It looks like this.
Oh shit! Be careful.
Yeah,
Ah!
it's on here.
Ow!
You gotta cut it off. Watch your eye.
Yeah, point it the other way. Jeez.
Yeah, but I can't use screens with my little turtle because turtles need a certain amount of UVB rays from the sun in order to develop correctly. So I've gone through a variety of different types of caging, and this is the one that's worked so far. I just have to sacrifice some scrapes until I figure out how to make it less less dangerous for myself.
Who's
Well, Aubrey,
being protected?
Who's being protected?
Is the turtle being protected,
The turtle's
or
being protected.
it's not like
I'm surrounded by birds of prey in my neighborhood. I got an owl across the street, got some hawks that circle around. So we got to make sure the turtle's safe and sound. It's only like 2 inches long, so it's got to be safe.
if I had an owl, if I had the potential of an owl coming to my yard, I would be buying turtles and just scattering them everywhere. Just every morning, just feeding the owls. In fact,
Well, I guess that's how we're different, Ethan. You know,
Yes,
that's right.
finally we found a way we're different.
We're similar in every other way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love your turtle.
Me too. I love my turtle too.
We'll say hello to Darwin for us, and we'll see you in just a few moments.
All right. Thanks.
Well, let's welcome to the stream for the first time our audience champion from last week, Kirsten Sims. Kirsten,
Hi,
hey, welcome. So
Hi.
excited to see you.
I'm so excited to be here too.
Uh,
Yeah.
we're all here. So, show us what you've got going on in that red house of yours.
Well, it's actually very
Oh, it
important.
just got redder.
Oh my God.
So this is how I got my scar.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
that's good. Hold on, hold that up again. Are you
Yep,
dressed?
she's licking
in-
that skate as a gesture.
It looks like Are you dressed as in a dog suit? Are you wearing a little
Is that a
furry
G-
costume?
Is it
That's
a
like
jester outfit?
that's like a hair hat, like balaclava type situation.
Sure.
It's ice skating. It's outdoor ice skating. It's wintertime.
Mhm.
It's cold.
And you ate an ice skate.
I got hit with one right here.
Was it attached to a person?
It was, and that was the first of 3 concussions that I got.
That's a crazy night.
That
Yes,
sounds.
What what age were you?
I was 8. And for some reason, my reaction to this concussion was my head swelled up. I don't know if that's typical, but my head like tripled in size. It just like swelled like in all different directions until it was very taut. And then for about 6 hours, I insisted on scrubbing the tile in the bathroom. That was my concussion. I got a great
Wait, at home?
also. Yeah,
Were you taken to get medical care?
I was, but then I was taken home after that because once
They're like,
once
like,
they're
let
like,
it
you have a
spread it out.
concussion, you just
Yeah.
move along.
Was the other person doing some sort of cow sow, or how did that happen?
I don't know. I didn't see them. I didn't see them coming.
All right.
It was just, skate to the chin.
Mm.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad your head is regular sized again.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I am glad to have you on Art Smackdown. So good luck. I hope this doesn't give you a concussion, but it is Art Smackdown.
Yeah, I'll take another one. It's fine.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and meet the best artist in the world,
Woo!
Maida Gary.
Yeah. Hi.
What up, best artist in the world?
I don't know if you're ready for this. All right. So I went with my most recently acquired scar because it was the one first front of mind. And it's also the most prominent on my body. It's not as eventful a story as these two, but a year and a half ago, I found out that I had a giant, enormous cancer tumor. So it got cut out. And this is this is a to scale drawing of it in a hand. It's the size of a mason jar. And you can tell it's not happy about being out. It
It
made
was all cozy.
a pretty nice home in my body for the better part of
Yeah.
a decade.
I was going to
Oh
say,
my
Maida,
God.
little bit rude just to pull it out of its home like that.
Listen, I'm not going to say it wasn't jarring for the tumor.
Sounds like it was if you put it in a mason jar.
Technically,
Ding.
that tumor was squatting.
Hey,
I like how empathetic you are for that tumor.
I've been personifying it in a lot of ways.
I'd love to see a cartoon of that, of the tumor and how annoyed it is to be birthed into the... Yeah.
I have a pretty
well,
sweet scar from it, though.
So I'm gonna guess that's like
Not asking.
that's like a
Everyone
what is
wants-
that, like a 5-incher? Are we talking about a 5-incher here? What are we what are
It's
we
about a
talking?
6-incher, about a 6-inch
6-incher?
verticaler, belly
Mhm,
button
little 6
down
inch.
to
Oh,
6 inches.
I have a lovely belly button scar myself because I ate too many Albans and I had to get my gallbladder taken out.
What's an Albin?
Did you say? Yeah. What's an Alban? Is that the singular of Albany?
No, it's an almond with without breathing out of your nose while you're speaking.
Albany.
Oh, yeah, that'll
Albin.
blast your gallbladder.
Alban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave my gallbladder a real blasting, and anyhow, made
My
a
dad doesn't have a belly button. AMA.
What?
Yeah, he had some sort of hernia, and they had to operate on it. And the only way they were like, we got rid of your belly button. So now, like when you see him shirtless, which I recommend, he just has there's a scar there, but there's no more belly button.
well,
AMA. Okay,
American
let's
Medical
move on.
Association.
Yeah.
Maida, we're we're glad you showed that tumor who's boss and where it can stick it.
Yeah. Not in me.
And we're good luck doing to these two artists what you did to that tumor.
Oh yeah.
That's how I approach situations now. I'm about to tumor this.
Well, artists, are you ready for your 20-minute masterpiece challenge? Artists at home, are you ready for this 20-minute masterpiece challenge? Now, again, if you play along here, we encourage you to take a picture of your art and email it to fartsmackdown@gmail.com. And if our celebrity guest judge chooses your piece of art, you will be on the stream next week, unless you ask us not to be on the stream, in which case we will just marvel at how beautiful your art is. So here it is. Now, our guest judge, Joe Zimmerman, is commissioning this. So artists, you're going to want to get his business. Create the illustrations for a children's picture book called The Little Porcupine by Joe Zimmerman. So Mark's going to throw that up on the stream, but it's create the illustrations for a children's picture book called The Little Porcupine by Joe Zimmerman. So let's meet Joe. He's a stand-up you might recognize from Fallon, Conan, Ferguson, touring with Brian Regan, and other uns. Please welcome to the stream, Joe Zimmerman.
Good to be here. This is the first art I've done in a while, so I'm just curious if you can guess what scar I got, how old I was,
Oh yeah.
just from my first drawing in a few years.
Let's see it.
Okay, yeah, let's.
I'm looking for age and location and how it happened.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You hit your 6-year-old face on the side of a bed.
Close.
That's my guess.
You were swept. There was a tornado. You got swept into an Apple store, and then on one of those tall Genius Bar tables, you bit it on the side of your head right before the pandemic.
How old was I?
Whatever age you are, minus 4 months. Yeah, 26.
So this is me, age 2.5,
Ooh.
running around a coffee table. That's why the spins are there. And then I hit 12 stitches off the coffee table corner.
Okay, so we were both mostly right.
Yeah, you were right.
You still got, well, I can't really see it. You have like a Harry Potter scar?
I do, yeah. It's like a bump right here.
Oh, that's cool.
Not quite, not quite lightning, but
That's good enough.
yeah.
I feel like we've disregarded the chat for a while, but there's a lot that I want to tell you about almonds and how they mess up your gallbladder, but I just don't have time. I'm gonna have to write it in that. Mark, can you take care of this for me? Can you write how almonds mess up your gallbladder?
Yeah.
And
I
just
actually
like
would love to know that as well. I've been eating a lot of almonds recently.
How about
and that's
almond
not a
butter?
bit.
Can you ask about almond butter?
yeah. I'll tell you guys
What
all
about
about almonds
almond-
and how it
what about
messes up
almond
your
milk?
gallbladder.
Alison Bamcat just said butthole, and that answers it all for me.
Okay, yeah,
I'm being
butthole.
honest. Butthole.
All right. So salt and vinegar almonds for life, baby. All right, Joe, I got a few questions to ask you about this picture book. Okay. So first, can you tell us the story of the little porcupine?
Yeah, it's a cute children's story. It's going to be a bestseller.
Put that on the cover.
But basically, this little porcupine, he's in the forest and he sees two bunnies hugging, and he asks his parents what that is, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry about that." But he follows up and he wants to know what this motion is, because these bunnies look so happy the way they're squeezing each other. And so his parents are finally like, "Look, porcupines, we can do a lot of things, but we can't hug." And then they show him some things they can do. They fly kites, they play board games, but ultimately he's hooked. He wants a hug, so he goes off in search of a hug, and he asks a squirrel for a hug. Squirrel climbs up in a tree, super scared. Squirrel's like, "Are you crazy or a porcupine?" not hugging you. And he's confused. He's like, why won't you hug me? Uh, then he sees a beaver. Beaver runs behind a dam, you know. Beaver's afraid to hug him. And he just says, because you're a porcupine, he doesn't explain. And so, you know, Phil, the porcupine, is getting all bummed out. And he decides, well, I guess I won't keep asking people for hugs since they're scared of me. And then right before he's about to go home, he hears a call from the forest. You know, somebody's yelling, help, right? So he's worried. He goes after the call for help, and he finds a little tortoise upside down in the clearing. And the tortoise asks him if he can turn him right side up. And so he pushes the tortoise right side up. And the tortoise is so thrilled. The tortoise asks Phil if he can hug Phil, and Phil is shocked. And Phil doesn't know what to say, so they slowly embrace, and it's a great moment for Phil. It's everything he hoped it would be.
That's really nice. I feel like Aubrey might have a slight advantage here because she's got a turtle to look at while she's making the turtle. I have a question. We all like the story. What do you, in your mind, what are you imagining Phil looks like? And and if it may help, you know, what style of picture book is this? What are you imagining this picture book is most like that we would recognize?
Well, I'm picturing he's real little. I'm picturing he walks around on 2 feet, kind of anthropomorphic, and he's got his quills in a bush in the back, and the front of him's all soft and fuzzy.
Business in the front, quills in the back.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a mullet. Yeah. And
a quillet.
As far as style, you know, I hadn't thought about whether I hadn't thought about whether he's wearing any clothes or wearing a hat or anything. I just pictured him being real cute. But as far as style, you know, I'm a fan of Picasso. I like Salvador Dali. I like Van Gogh.
Sure.
Naked animals.
Listen, everybody who doesn't know anything about art loves Salvador Dali. Hal Dog is wondering if it's Winnie the Pooh-esque.
Yeah.
Is that what we're thinking about here? Winnie the Pooh?
Picasso would be my first choice, but Winnie Pooh also works.
Well, you really like the Dada stylings of Salvador Dali.
There's a lot of college dorm rooms decorated with his work.
I like MC Escher.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah.
I like that one picture of Bob Marley.
Yeah. I like the guy who took a picture of Che Guevara. All right. One more question here for you. What characteristics are important for children's book illustrations?
Well, I think maybe I'm going to say expressiveness. You know, you want to get expressiveness in their features. Eyes. I think it's important to see you know, some good sweet eyeballs. It's important to see fear in the squirrel and in the beaver, and then
I've always said that about children's books, is you really want to feel the fear of the tertiary character.
But yeah, and you want to see the joy. You want to see the joy in the bunnies hugging. So Phil really feels like he wishes he could have that, you know?
Yeah, definitely. definitely. And why did you create a children's story?
Because he wanted to inject fear in the hearts of children everywhere.
Yeah, this could be a story of the importance of a hug. This could be the story of friendliness. This could be the story of consent. It could be the story of any number of things.
I was thinking about consent.
We teach these children. So really,
but it's also about like finding how you're special to someone else. Like he's special to the turtle, and the turtle is special to him.
Right, the turtle's special to him because the turtle has a protective shell.
Right.
Which you can see illustrated by the illustrations.
Yeah, that's better. I'm glad you chose to have that illustrated, because otherwise people wouldn't know. They would find it hard.
Yeah.
It's a nice message, though. It's all about finding the right fit for you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, so I guess in a way, the turtle and the porcupine could also be seen as, perfect soulmates, partners.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Finding your match. It's really an advertisement for Match.com or Tinder.
What about Hinge?
Again, with consent is important.
Yeah.
Hinge?
And we are at the Compromise Your Art moment of the evening. Time to compromise your art, artists.
Now, let's see if we can get this wheel spinning any faster than we had last time.
Oh yeah, last week it was.
I wouldn't get your hopes up there, Micah.
Well, I thought the wheel guy came and worked on it.
Yeah, but he was also his specialty was in squares.
Oh man.
Okay, here we go. And the Wheel of Compromise.
There it goes. Powered by imagination.
I wish I could see it.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, imagine. Oh, now it's moving. It's very slow. It's like a carnival wheel.
Artists, your compromise is Dr. Seuss it up.
This is really appropriate. So it's so of all the illustrations you've done so far, you need to make them in the style of Dr. Seuss now.
People in the chat are impressed by the wheel.
Oh shit! There's a wheel
guess.
now.
What are some other wheel options?
Oh yeah, what were
Some of the other wheel options were
I'm a wheel option.
Make It Funky, Incorporate a Nursery Rhyme, Willy Wonkify it, Put a Disney princess all up in it. It's a central focus of now it's the central focus of a nightmare fever dream. Feature your own face prominently and make it into a campaign sign.
Nice.
Allison Bamcat wants input on the wheel. I hope her input is to make it faster.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Anybody?
were you guys not impressed? That thing was flying tonight.
Yeah, that was pretty. He must have WD-40'd that boy. So yeah, Allison. Anybody in the chat, if you want to make suggestions for the wheel,
Bring it.
We are all eyes. All
I forgot
cute
about
eyes.
a scene where a groundhog is hugging a badger. If anybody wants to add groundhog hugging a badger.
Is this the scene where Phil sees this happening and is jealous, or?
Yeah, they just look really happy hugging. So Phil
So
wants
he's
to
like-
get in on it.
Yeah, even inter-animals can hug.
Even inner animals, yeah.
I mean, I love.
And that's how he gets the idea to go after some of the other animals.
I love the long. I forget because I can't remember anything. Does he hurt any animals?
No, so he asked the squirrel if he can get a hug, and the squirrel's like, "You're a porcupine. Are you trying to hurt me?" And the squirrel runs off, and then the beaver's like, "No, you'll hurt me." And so Phil's like, "I would never hurt anybody." So
I like this story.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid story.
yeah, I mean, that's probably why it'll be a bestseller.
Yeah, you probably want to put bestseller on the front, and then you can say the blurb, like a blurb from Art Smackdown hosts Ethan and Micah, that we like the story.
Just
No.
we like the story Art Smackdown.
Yeah. Well, could you do the full thing? Twitch.tv/Art Smackdown. That way we can get some viewers too.
Yeah. And then for the next 50 years, children will go to twitch.com/Art Smackdown.
Yeah, it's gonna. Man, this is great.
Mark, did we have any 30-second self-expressions to share from the audience?
We did. You guys want to see them?
I'd love to see one or two. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, we got two, so that's perfect. This is.
Well, I'd like to see one then.
Oh well. Oh shit.
Whoopsie daisy.
Whoopsie doopsie. All right. This one.
That looks like.
I can show them both at the same time. So.
Okay.
So the one to the left. That one is from former reigning best artist in the world, Silent Squee. And that one is Silent Squee tripped on the sidewalk and busted open their chin.
Yep, I can see that.
And the right is also former reigning champion, best artist in the world, Bad Example. And that is fighting a ninja.
Yeah.
Fighting a ninja. That's exactly what that is.
Is that bullshit?
Knowing how Bad Example likes to cook their steak,
Oh, that's true.
I would not be surprised.
Joe, we had a dude on once who he finished his art early. Then he had framed up his shot, like his webcam shot, so that his backyard was out a window. And then you saw him leave frame, and then a minute later he came in. He was outside, and then he had a blowtorch, like a real blowtorch, and he cooked a steak, and then he walked back in and ate it.
On Art Smackdown?
All live on Art Smackdown. It was pretty amazing. I think that's what he won that night. I think
he did.
That.
Yeah. Well deserved.
How was his art?
It was good.
Juicy, medium rare.
I feel like that was his art. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a fun barbecue trick.
That is.
Hey, Ethan. We got a hockey fan. I don't really play video games.
I know, we've been talking. I'm trying to figure out. She said there's a Sharks fan. I mean, a Sharks player who's on the Caps. I'm trying to think who it is. Joe, do you know that? A San Jose Sharks player who used to be on the San Jose Sharks, who now plays for the Washington Capitals. Go.
I think Kirsten has the answer.
What?
Kirsten seemed like she knew.
Kirsten, you know this one?
No.
Oh,
I really like.
Oh, it's the super famous guy, right?
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, it's Gretzky.
It's the MVP dude, isn't it?
Penny Hardaway.
What's his name? You know what I'm talking about.
Welcome back to Hockey Talk.
Oh, Jacob Verana.
Oh.
See him?
That's it?
No. I mean, you're thinking of Ovechkin. That's not Ovechkin. It's.
Oh, I was thinking of Ovechkin, yeah.
Is it Dylan? Dylan? Is that the
Dylan?
Is it Dylan?
Dylan.
Oh, Dylan.
Yeah, I think it's Dylan.
Yeah.
They're thinking about
Brendan Dillon.
Brendan Dillon. I just remembered it's Brendan Dillon.
Yeah.
That you're thinking of.
Wasn't Ovechkin drafted by the Caps?
Yeah.
Wasn't he always there?
Yeah.
Isn't the Boston team called the Bruins?
Well done, Micah.
Hockey-
2 minutes.
hockey's
2
the-
minutes, artists.
Hockey's the sport I know the least about of any sport.
All right,
Same
let's
here,
go
man.
then.
You
I
should be
like ice skate.
hit me with any golf question. Hit me with any golf.
I have a question for you that I would love to hear. I'm sure you've told it before, but what is the biggest horror story that you have from the road?
Oh yeah.
Golf road.
Oh man, the golf road, yeah.
off-road.
Yeah, from a golf cart path.
Well, the biggest one I've told a bunch of times, but it involves a crowd walking around me in a circle for a walkathon,
Mecca
for a Relay for Life walkathon and a
for
basketball.
the Hodge.
But I can tell you the second, performing for a crowd, walking around me, doing half an hour in a circle. But the second worst was also a college, and it was a noon gig. So you're performing at a community college, and you're kind of just standing on one of the lunch tables to perform. And there's just big, all windows behind you, so you can see out behind you, bright light coming in, and there's nobody in the room, and then a bell rings like it's high school, and like 60 kids, 60 18-year-olds file in for lunch and sit down, again, like it's high school, and the coordinator goes, "Okay, go ahead." And I'm like, should you tell them there's comedy that's about to happen at lunch? And she was kind of like annoyed. She was like, ah. And so she goes up and she goes, "Okay, kids," like I swear she said kids. "Okay, kids, it's comedy day. And the free pizza is served now. So you can get that. And here's your comedian, Joe Zimmerman." And all 60 of them got up and went like 100 feet away to the back of the room and stood in line for pizza, like so far away from the stage table. And so I just like wandered up onto the stage and just waited for like 10 minutes for the students to come back with their pizza. I mean, it was just like standing there while people were in line for pizza, and they were really too far away to even hear me. They were just talking in line. So I slowly performed as they filed back in. But I don't know if you've ever performed at noon in a cafeteria, standing on a cafeteria table. But it's already difficult enough if they aren't in line for pizza.
Time's up, artists. Time's up.
All right, Joe, now is the time that's going to be probably even more difficult than that gig. You're going to have to choose the best artist in the world. I've done some hard things, but this will be a trauma right up there with the top of them. Yeah. So we're going to review the three pieces.
Okay.
And then we'll cede the floor to you for critiques. And we'll select the best artist in the world. And then we'll take a look at our audience submissions from fartsmackdown@gmail.com. So that reminds us, friends at home, if you will, well, we're all at home. People in the audience right now in the chat, and just in the audience, if you're not in the chat, if you've been playing along with us, take a picture of your art, or I don't know, make it a PDF
or a JPEG.
If
just make it two-dimensional in some way, and and send it to fartsmackdown@gmail.com, and then Joe will select his favorite piece.
I feel like now should be the time to tell you that I actually have the artsmackdown@gmail.com email. So if anybody needs to pay me, if anybody wants to offer that money for that, let me know.
Yeah, we'll talk about this offline. All right. So let's go to Aubrey Vora first, and show me what you're working with.
All right, so I ended up with a couple of different things as it would go for a storybook. There's a through line. I know you've already written this story, so no need. I don't mean to impose on your writing genius, but I did. When my mind went to Dr. Seuss, of course, had to come up with a little rhyme. So the rhyme that I kind of saw, like connecting all these pictures, was I want a hug. Nothing to fear. You can hold me close, my dear. As a little rhyme. And the first, it says that to the little porcupine.
Oh,
In this
yeah.
bright pink.
Oh, I love
See
it.
the bunnies hugging.
Oh,
It says,
nice.
I want some of that.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Nice
Then,
coloring.
thank you. Then they went over and they wanted to try it with the squirrel, but the squirrel ran away. Oh no. The squirrel said no. So then they're like, okay, well, it must be because we're different. But then they saw the badger and another animal far in the distance hugging. And they thought, well, we're different. And they still hug. So what's the deal here? And then they came across this little turtle surrounded by wobbly trees who was on its back. And it was curious about that. And that's where I left it at a bit of a cliffhanger. Of like, and then they found the turtle upside down and they wanted to go help.
Very nice. First of all,
See all that
I just
turtle
want to
back.
commend you on using gender neutral pronouns for Phil.
Well, turtles, my turtle at least, as box turtles go, you're not going to know the gender for a couple years. So like I use they them pronouns for Darwin because I'm not going to know for at least 3 to 4 years whether they're male or female. So it's the only accurate
Darwin
pronoun.
is
I
a-
use.
Darwin is a pretty awesome gender neutral name, I think.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I like the quills on Phil.
It's an African crested porcupine, in case you're curious.
I was.
A lot of different kind of porcupines.
I could tell. I could tell it was African crested.
Ethan, you had a question?
Oh, Joe, is that the kind of crested porcupine you were imagining?
Yeah, I mean, wow, the porcupine in my head was it really took it really took my vision and then to a whole new level with the coloring. But it really I was impressed. I was really happy with how the porcupine looked. His attitude was just right.
You wanted eyes, I remember.
And how many?
It had eyes, right?
Definitely had eyes.
Yeah.
It did have
Aubrey,
eyes, that's important.
how many pages we running right now on the little porcupine?
How many pages did I create?
Mm-hmm.
4.
4. Good.
And the turtle, I could tell the turtle practice had paid off with that turtle.
I have unfortunately seen my turtle upside down. It's a really scary moment. Ooh, they're so tiny. And you got to turn them
Especially
over. If ever you have to turn it over. For your book research, turtles need to be turned over head over bum, not side to side, ever.
Oh.
If you see a turtle on its back, got to turn it over so its head goes this way, because otherwise their internal organs can twist and they can die. It's serious. You got to flip it over this way.
Seems
You
like a
should
very
print that on the
vulnerable.
bottom.
Seems like a
It
very
is a very vulnerable little animal to have. So it was a great thing to introduce during such a chill time in the world.
Yeah, that's a tough place. It's a tough place to be, especially with all those birds of prey flying around your house.
Birds of prey, birds of play. Depends on how you see it.
Don't make no difference to me. You know what I'm saying? What am I saying? All right. So, well done, Aubrey. Let's go on to last week's champion from the audience, Kirsten Sims. Kirsten?
Hi, I find that turtle tip to be very useful. So thank you. Okay. So I don't have pages. I have kind of a whole little work of example here. So we're gonna have to get close up. So here's Phil.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'll turn mine off.
And here's Mom and Dad Phil.
Beautiful.
Oh, he's got a little hat there. I like
And
that.
Mom Phil is saying, "It's okay, honey," because Phil is saying, "But why not me?" And he's very sad because here's what's really nice that's happening. They're the hugging bunnies.
Oh yeah.
Now, what's happening here, you might ask? Well, that is one interjection of Dr. Seuss, because in their embrace, they are taking a selfie with an articulated metal arm phone holder, much like Dr. Seuss would envision in his mechanics. So let's see, where do we go now? So now we go down here to the squirrel, and Phil says, please hug me, please. And the squirrel says, no. She's not very happy about it at all. But she's also not happy because she can't breathe because there's so much pollution and she wants to know where the Lorax is. You can see all the trees have been cut down and all this smog surrounding the scene over here. Empty tree. And then, of course, there's a hand with a glove holding a sign that says hug to encourage them. And then, okay, over here, here's the turtle. Turtle is upside down. Help! I would not have known how to fix this. So thank you again, Aubrey. And Phil is like, I'm coming. I'm going to help you because this turtle is Yertle. And they're like, fuck you, Yertle. It serves you right. Ha ha. Yertle the turtle fell off his Yertle pile. And there he is. So
Nice.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Capture that. Plus, you added the Dr. Seuss. Impressive.
Yeah, there's a lot of Dr. Seuss in there, which I was really pleased to see.
You really compromised your vision. I love it.
And I thought I felt like the bunny hug was right on point.
That was your gestural lines there. Your everyone's favorite artist line.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The overlapping lines, some weighted lines.
It's also like a strong choice to give all the female characters eyelashes like that.
Do you know another way to make a cartoon character female?
Yeah, you put little vaginas on their cartoons.
Well, all right. Well, on the next draft.
Okay. Kirsten, thank you.
One of them has a vagina. I didn't show it.
Did it have
okay, yeah. Yeah, no eyelashes, but let me stop talking about vaginas. I can't. All right. So let's go to the best artist in the world, Maida Gary. Maida, what do we have here?
Okay. Mine is in an actual assembled book.
Wow.
It's called Nope, Go. So we start out this tale with the parent porcupine, which culminates in just like, no, we don't do that. There's a nod to some Dr. Seuss foliage in Nope. No, that's the back of my tumor, actually. This is that's where Dali comes in. But on this side, these are some Dr. Seuss, the wacky plants. All right. Squirrel, frightened eye. Look at these eyes.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Capture the fear.
Yeah, the squirrel, no, don't touch me. No, Porco. Beaver. Beaver is less scared, more so angry. Like I can't even believe you would even like entertain that notion. No. But then we move to the double spread, right? So excuse me.
Wow.
What?
Now we get a yes. And also a heart. And you can see for the first time, Porco has a smile. Turtle has a smile. They're reaching for one another. We don't see the actual hug because it's more of like about like the anticipation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
It's
now
the
there's a twist. There's an unexpected twist at the end that we didn't discuss. But this was actually my first drawing of the tale before we got the narrative. So at the end, we find out that all of this goes down at such a small scale. It's, what is this? The little porcupine? Is that what we said this was called?
Mm-hmm.
The little porcupine.
So at the end, we find out that we're actually viewing this all through the eyes of the scientist. Who is actually watching the whole thing go down.
Wow.
It's an incredibly little porcupine.
Man, I love that twist.
And scientist gets the final yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The end.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
Scientist is really happy to see the hug happening.
I mean, who wouldn't be, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
he's been running this simulation for years, trying to find someone to hug the little porcupine.
This narrative pans out over a
Yeah.
large span of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a real story of perseverance and just the value of science and technology.
That's what it's about. Yeah.
All right, so Joe, I see you. Yes, Maida. Joe, I see you furiously taking notes there. We'll give you a second to collect yourself.
Yeah.
Right now,
I mean,
artists, if
swept me
you
off my
would
feet.
hold up selections of your book just to showcase what you have created here. Maybe thumb through. Just give us a good sense of everything that's been created here. And Joe, we're gonna open up the floor to you for critiques and just talk this thing out before before you make a decision. And we will, by the end of your critiques, we will have a poll from the audience filled out. So if you're in the chat right now, feel free to fill out the straw poll and tell us who you think is the best artist in the world. So Joe, the floor is yours.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I am just blown away. I could have never dreamt of 3 picture books that would go this well. Never in my wildest dreams. So, off the bat, I was struck by Aubrey's choice of color palette. You got the purple. I love the purplish of the quills, and you see the eyes there. They're little dots, but you can feel the expressiveness, which is what I was hoping for. And then we've got Darwin upside down there, ready for a tip and a hug, and then also structurally correct on knowing how to tip a turtle over. So that was a bonus. That was just bonus science from Aubrey. Kirsten, I was blown away by the overlapping of the bunny hug. I was blown away. Great depiction of a squirrel. Can we see that squirrel again? And the eyes, just as I had hoped, with fear in them. And then we have the most. I think Kirsten gets the most points for compromising her vision with Dr. Seuss and taking that risk. And then we've got lots of dialogue as well, which is amazing. And then a third style. We have 3 different styles. We have an actual picture book that was born from a tumor drawing. I didn't even know how that's possible physically. But Meta blew me away with the double spread. I mean, lots of emotion in the eyes, guys. Nobody can argue that. Great expressiveness in the eyes. Look at the fear in the squirrel, the anger in the beaver. I didn't expect 2 different emotions. That's like above and beyond. To go 2 different emotions. I like the heart at the end with the hug. That lets us know how happy they are. And I like Phil's shape there. It's a little bit like a little bit of Sonic the Hedgehog vibe to him, which I like. And then wow, the big twist at the end with the scientist really showing that it's a little porcupine. It's a very little porcupine. It's going to be a tough decision. I'll pull out my measurements: creativity, style, self-expression, execution, risk. Well, I don't know. Are you guys ready for the results?
Yeah.
Would you like to hear the chats?
Yeah.
Votes first, in case they sway you one way or the other.
Yes.
So Meta had 6 votes. Kirsten had 2, and I'm sorry, Aubrey had none in the chat.
Yeah,
But
yet.
That's yet.
It's tough to go first in any competition. Tough to go first. Are there any other comments, Mark?
No, that's it. I'm sorry. Yes, that's it. We're done.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give Aubrey a lot of points for the style and the expression. I gotta give Kirsten a lot of points for the risk and the execution of bringing in Dr. Seuss. I love the overlapping lines. I love the dialogue. Meta, I guess, really just floored me with the turning book out of the tumor. The expressiveness was exactly what I had hoped for, and then some. And then, yeah, to predict how I was going to end it with a microscope, it just blows my mind. So, I'm gonna. It was a tough decision, but I'm gonna let the audience sway me, and we're gonna go with Meta as the greatest artist.
Oh
wow! Back-to-back wins.
I don't think
This
that
is
happened
this is
before.
actually
Win?
it's never happened before. This is a first for Art Smackdown.
In the words of this guy.
yes.
I was also impressed that you that you
wow.
drew me for the scientist.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
was
yeah.
cool.
Spot on.
Well, congratulations, Meta. Kirsten and Aubrey, you fought well with your art. And we hope to see you again on the stream and again, again in the chat and again on the stream. Really, really great work all around here. Stick around. We still have to take a look at the audience submissions from Fart Smackdown. And artists, we would love to get your professional opinion about which audience member's art Joe. Oh, snap. Oh, man, here we go. All right. Joe, can you see this on Twitch? Are you on Twitch?
I can only see the Zoom right now. Can you hold it up for me to see?
Well, it's digital, Joe.
Can you take a photo of it and show me a photo? Show me a photo on your phone.
There's too much room for degradation of the picture quality. We can't do that to our
Joe,
artists.
could you just imagine? Joe, look at the glare in my eyes. Can you see the reflection? Let me try and line that up.
Ethan, you can snap a photo on your phone.
Yeah, come on. Let me do a snapperini.
Mark, are you able to share your screen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, screen share.
Oh, snap. I think I can. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
This is a huge file. 1 second, guys.
Yeah, and whoever sends the huge files, thank you so much. It's important to have, oh man, these are great.
Yeah, these are going to be really good.
The high definition pictures are really helpful in helping us reach our Gmail limit. So, and also to see the detail of the masterpieces that you guys are creating. Oh my God, I'm looking at something great right now.
Is it related to the show?
Nope. I just you guys should see this. Oh man, I wish you were here right now, but right, but I can't. It's behind my laptop. It is awesome. It is awesome.
Sorry, guys. This one's taken a while. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna try to share my screen. See if that works. All right. Are you able to see that in the Zoom?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. I see.
All right. All right, so we're gonna go one at a time here. All right, so this is Silent Squee.
Beautiful.
Love it. That's a good turtle
Oh,
call.
look at that.
A little
That's
good. That's a
different than normal silent squeal. And
Good.
style.
good cry for help. Oh, good. Cute little squirrel in the tree.
Yeah.
That style of squirrel in the tree is
Look at-
exactly the style I look for in my children's books.
Wonderful.
Look at how sad the porcupine is in that second panel.
Very expressive.
Really
Yeah.
liking that. Mhm.
So that's on Squee. The next one is
Nice
Bad
kite.
Example.
Nice kite too. Other things you can't do by Joe Zimmerman. Wow.
That is so Dr. Seuss. It's crazy.
Yeah.
There we go. Other things you
Man,
can't
that
do.
is such a cute
wow.
porcupine.
It's got the perfect belly and everything. And it's got a double
Yeah, it's got that-
layered quills.
All right, so put that there.
Yeah, it looks like saw teeth back there. You can tell they're sharp.
Actually, I'm gonna.
But it's got that soft Care Bear belly, which I really appreciate.
And this is
Oh,
Schwartz and
oh.
Merck.
Holy cow. Look at that.
Dope.
Beautiful
And Schwartz
coloring.
and Merck sent a couple of these.
Whoa.
So what Schwartz and Merck does, which I love, is that Schwartz and Merck sends a video to accompany.
What?
No, hold on a second. I think I have to hold on. I have to re-upload it. It's I flipped it over. It'll just be quicker if I do it this way.
Hey, who's the one with the green and yellow turtle upside down?
That is Schwartz and Merck. So he does a sort of progress video.
Oh, wow.
Joe, once the book is a bestseller, you got to go with this one for the video game version
This is, yeah.
when it's adapted into a video game.
So you just, man, artists are doing special things with art.
Yeah.
And also, fuck rock. Yeah, those are the three that we got.
What's the deal with the bicycle hitting the rock? Oh, that's the scar. That's the scar.
Oh, that was a scar. Oh yeah, that's really what that is. So that one's going away. All right. So here are the three that you have to choose from.
Joe, would you like to get professional opinions from our artists?
Yeah. I don't know.
Hold
what I'm
on.
talking
Life
about.
is Nice is asking if you got theirs.
Can you blow up the things you can't do? Because I like the look on those layers.
Yes. And no, I have not gotten an email from Life is Nice. Let me just double check.
It's Fart Smark. It's Fart Smarkdown
Smarkdown.
with a smark. It's a Fart Smackdown with an F at the beginning. fartsmackdown@gmail.com.
Got it. It just came through.
Great.
Give me 1 second.
Aubrey, Maida, I'd
Uh,
love to hear from you.
yeah. Well, these are all fantastic. I think that between all the submissions between us and the people at home, I think you've got a whole book. I think you take like this from this piece and this that you like from this piece. But I gotta say the title page, the cover of Oh the Things You Can't Do. It's like I've been reading so much Dr. Seuss recently, and like without like it was just very clear. Like the kind of adventure you're about to go on, and what the porcupine was looking for. So it ignited my imagination in a very specific way that I appreciate. Without having to do
It's a main character with a definite want, so you know you're going to go on a dramatic arc.
yeah.
So here's Life is Nice. Their submission.
I always love Life is Nice's stuff.
Who hugs the hugless? Is he standing by a fire?
Oh.
Yeah, it's where he's going to end it.
Looks like he's about to jump into a volcano. He's so sad.
Yeah.
Suddenly, it's a Tom Hanks movie.
Maida, would you like to weigh in here? Oh, you're on mute right now.
I'm really digging this monochromatic color scheme of this main one that we're looking at here. The one that we just talked about.
I think you might have to turn the sound off of your Twitch.
Yes.
Hold on.
Sound off of your Twitch.
I don't know how to get out of this screen.
What a nightmare.
Oh,
What a nightmare. Can you hear me
You too.
twice?
there we go. Thank God. I've been hearing everything in double this whole time. It's driving me crazy. I mean,
Oh,
just
wow.
since you started showing these.
Beautiful. So we have some Joe, some professionals really enjoy the Dr. Seuss cover here. Kirsten, you have some thoughts?
I am completely enamored with this no hugs second panel, this one on the bottom right. That sadness that is just so palpable. That is an intense amount of sadness in that porcupine. Its frown is touching the edges of its face.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, I would also add to that the last panel of this turtle is such a great image too.
Yeah, I like it. It looks like it's mid-fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got kind of a beak. I like it, just its little shape.
Yeah, arms and legs totally akimbo.
Yeah.
I must say, in the one that had a video with it, it was clearly Dr. Seuss twist with the gloves. The added addition of the white gloves to the turtle definitely brought it into the Dr. Seuss world in a very subtle and beautiful way.
I also, with that one in particular, this is a very intense moment here. That turtle is angry and does not know what beautiful future lies ahead of those two. This is a very dramatic moment. Again, very palpable, that intensity.
Yeah, it leads you to wonder, what brought you there, turtle? Like, what was the moment right before it went on what caused it to go on his back? That's a whole story in itself.
Yeah, I had to write for a whole long narrative about his backstory, but it's all just there beneath the surface.
All right, Joe. So it's crunch time is lunchtime, and
What?
it's time for lunch.
Well, yeah. There's something about that little squirrel in the tree and the addition of the kite that really charms me. Who hugs the hugless? That's special. The sadness there, palpable. The digital one, the video we saw. I mean, I feel like, the red and purple coloring is what we're looking for here at Joe Zimmerman. But there's something very sweet about the things you can't do that charmed. I think that for some reason, the things you can't do with the layers of the quills and the cute little belly and the extension, the hug extension, or maybe it's just the inclusion of my full name, But I think it's a lock. It's a tough one for me to pick between the two on my left, the screen left.
Yeah. Well, I just want to throw out that Kirsten really liked the red one, but I think it's because it's the same color scheme as her home.
Yeah. So Ethan and Micah, do you have any tiebreakers for these two on the left?
Well, if it ends in a tie, the tradition is that Mark Stetson has to select who we haven't had a tie in a long time, probably because we've only had one judge.
Well, they're two such different styles. So I mean, to me, they're both winners. but I guess.
Both winners, you say? I mean,
But if I need to do a tiebreaker, I would go with the things you can't do, because I just love that title, and I love the little layered porcupine with the belly.
Well, there it
Wow.
is then.
we have our. Whose is that, Mark?
That is the blowtorch man himself.
Oh no. Oh boy.
Bad example.
Joe, you gotta watch next week just to see what he's gonna cook for us.
Oh man.
I love him.
He says I'm gonna burn something. Okay. Well, well, we're excited to have you back, Bad Example, and excited to have you back, Maida Gary.
Yeah.
And Kirsten and Aubrey, well fought, just tooth and nail there. Really, really intense, dramatic show tonight. But we do have a first on Art Smackdown here. We have a champion coming to defend her title for a second week in a row. Maida Gary, the best artist in the world.
Still.
Time to update LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Maida, and congratulations, Bad Example. And a huge special thanks to our guest judge tonight, Joe Zimmerman. Joe, good luck on Amazon selling this book.
Yeah.
We're really excited for you to just to see where your writing career takes you.
I was looking, I didn't have an illustrator, but now I got 6. So
Yeah, so many, yeah.
this is terrific.
Well, folks, you've been watching Art. Yeah, no, I
can
was
we-
going to say goodbye, but
No, I was gonna. Joe, do you have anything you want to plug real quick? Is there a thing people should?
Oh, I have a comedy album out on the Spotify's called Innocence.
It's funny. I've heard it. I listened to it on the subway.
Oh, and I have a podcast called Blind Spot where we talk about funny stuff.
Do you want me to promote stuff, Joe?
Yeah, I'd love to know what you're up to. Yeah, I know you have a Monday night and a Tuesday night.
Yeah, Tuesday. Let's start Tuesday night. Just real quick. Tomorrow night, follow at Old Man in the Basement, where it's another episode of Ethan's Television Workshop. We'll have Naomi Ekperigin, Andy Breckman, Nerder She Wrote, who's a Twitcher, and we're going to test out all sorts of weird TV formats. If you have a TV format you want to test out, come on and we'll do it.
Oh, and if you have any feedback for the porcupine story, this is my first run through, so just message me on Twitter or Instagram.
All right, enjoy those pills you have in your hand there, Joe.
and Joe, I can't record your podcast this Thursday, but I can do it anytime after that. So I look forward to it.
Oh, terrific. Mike will be on next week.
Woohoo!
I just invited myself to go on Joe's
Oh, yeah,
podcast.
very subtle.
We've had Micah twice, I believe.
It's a fun thing to do. Everybody can tell that we're leaving, so our audience is just halved.
Let's go.
So we should really get out of here. Hey, before we go, if there's anything you want to promote in the chat, just go ahead and do that now before everybody leaves.
Doing it.
My website is micahsherman.com. There's a bunch of old stuff on there. There's a bunch of old stuff. You can Ethan, go to my website sometime.
I looked at it. I thought I love it.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you so much. Oh, you know what? I do have a website that I've just made, and I'm putting it in the chat right now. It's called eogtesting.com. And it's strategies for the end of grade tests for elementary and middle schoolers. So if you got kids or you know kids, send them to eogtesting.com and they can sing along with a song that I wrote to help them remember test strategies for taking tests at the end of the year.
I'm in.
All right.
We're now up to our second credits song.
Yeah, what's playing now? Is it the B-side by Cameo?
Better. It's No Limits from pond5.com.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week with a brand new show, and we'll be streaming every once in a while here. I think we got on Thursday night. We've got Allison Bamcat. We're going to do some chatting with her, and hopefully Silent Squee, if you can do it. Silent Squee, can you do that this Thursday? I'll email you. All right, we'll take this offline. Anybody that I owe money, we'll take that
Silent
offline
Squee said,
too.
yeah. Silent Squee is in.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Nice to see you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.